Alright, much ado about nothing. Free win red in modern. So far, we've been doing a lot of winning with this deck. Pretty happy with it. And we haven't even run into many of the matchups that I thought would be our best matchups. Alright, Blitzingmeyer for our opponent. Hopefully it's not discard. I don't know. Probably is. Thoughtseize. Our hand's not that exciting. No Blood Moon. I feel like we keep running into the same deck every time. They do take Ensnaring Bridge. Another Ritual. Well, if we draw Planeswalker, we can cast it next turn. That would be pretty sweet. Is this Jund? Also, Blood Moon would be a sweet draw. I would like that. Well, Chandra... Do we just do it? Ritual, Ritual, Chandra, tick it up? Yeah. Ritual, Ritual, Chandra, ping our opponent. Hopefully they can't double bolt it or something. Don't especially care about Liliana. I guess they could have Maelstrom Pulse. Usually these decks don't play many copies of Maelstrom Pulse, though. Fulminator. That is a dead card against us. We need to hit lands, I think. Alright, let's exile a card, see if we can hit a land. Alright, hit a land. Do we just anger here, or do we bolt? I think anger's better. Because we can potentially use... Oh, is this Living End? Living End doesn't play Thoughtseize, does it? Still... Why would... I'm so confused. Even in Living End, why would you hit your own land? I do not understand why you would do that. That was the strangest thing I've ever seen. I mean, obviously they want it in the graveyard, which makes me think Living End? Ooh, Magus of the Moon? Well, let's slam Magus of the Moon. Play this land. Doesn't actually do much, it just keeps him off double black, but... We don't have any creatures in the graveyard. I guess we could kill our Magus of the Moon in response to a Living End. I really don't know what's happening. I don't know why... I'm so befuddled by why they would kill their own land. Well, let's get in there with this Magus. Put our opponent down to 11. Kolaghan's Command to kill it, so we'll pitch a Ritual. Now we'll exile. Snaring Bridge is sweet. Keeps Raging Ravine from attacking. Not that it really matters, because we could bolt it anyway. Copperline Gorge. So this is Jund, but our opponent killed their own land for no reason. Ooh, with Liliana? Well, I guess we just bolt that Liliana. We don't really want it to flip. Yeah, let's tick up our Chandra. Bolt our opponent's face. Play a mountain. Pass the turn. The only downside is now if our opponent can kill this Ensnaring Bridge, we don't have a bolt to kill that Raging Ravine. And they could start attacking. Wouldn't mind hitting a Blood Moon. Magma Jet is pretty sweet. Yeah, we're still going to pump up Chandra. Take the mountain. We'll just pass and Magma Jet end a turn to get the Scries. I think that's worth it. Magma Jet does not kill Raging Ravine. Blood Crypt. Opponent might be holding a discard spell that they just haven't had a chance to cast. Alright. Let's Magma Spray, see if we can find a... Definitely not two mountains. Do not want those. Mountains to the bottom. Blood Moon? There's a Blood Moon. Slam the Blood Moon. Let's ping with Chandra now, since we only have 3 mana. I guess 4 with the Desperate Ritual. I think we're in pretty good shape now. They need to be able to kill the Blood Moon and kill the Ensnaring Bridge, because the Ooze can't attack. Another Chandra. Well, are there creatures? They don't have green mana. Yeah, so let's just Chandra hitting our opponent and the Ooze. Play a second Chandra, keep the new one, and then ping again to get rid of the Ooze. That way our opponent can't start gaining life, and I guess we can just Chandra them to death over the course of a few turns. Although it's really tempting to keep ticking up Chandra. Relic's sweet. Let's play Relic. I guess we just keep going up. We could always ultimate Chandra too and hope we hit a Bolt or a Magma Jet for the win. Let's crack this, draw a card. We're basically looking for burn spells at this point. Still have no idea why our opponent killed their own land with Fulminator Mage. They seem like they're just junned. I don't know why they wouldn't want it to be exiled. I guess they were thinking they could get it back with Liliana. Still, that's a big cost to give up a land. Ooh, they found a Maelstrom Pulse. Alright. Well, now we have 2 Chandras. I guess we have a bunch of Bolts. Avalanche Riders. Okay. So this is like a land destruction, Jund? Well, let's cast Simian Spirit Guide. Play this mountain so Avalanche Riders can't attack. Now if we keep 1 card in hand, we can kind of control the Ensnaring Bridge. So we can draw a card next turn and attack with Spirit Guide, then play a card, and they can't attack. Although they'll probably just block with Avalanche Riders. Ooh, another Chandra? I think that does it. No, it doesn't, because we can't attack. Well, that's fine. Play the Chandra. Just ping. And then next turn we can kill him. We couldn't... we needed the Chandra to make Avalanche Riders unblockable, but by playing the Chandra, we can't attack with the Spirit Guide. Terminates. Well, our opponent's staying alive. If they can kill our Chandra, they got a chance. Goyf. A little too big to attack through Ensnaring Bridge. This is a weird build of Jund. Play the land. Ping with Chandra. Ship the turn. Unless they can kill Chandra here, then we just win. 1 damage at a time with Chandra. Feels like a decent matchup. I guess we can bring in Roasts to fight the Goyfs. Or actually, maybe we just want Relics? I don't know. Maybe we don't need Roast. Goyf is big. Ensnaring Bridge is good. They do have Kolaghan's Command to get rid of it. Anger hits some things. I guess we can go down Pyretic Ritual. And maybe go down 2 Pyretic Rituals. And just bring in the Graveyard Disruption. And... alright. Not horrible. Not explosive by any means, but it's reasonable. And we are going to get this Relic down, which is good. Just a little worried that they'd make us discard it. And we will be a little less explosive post-board since we took out some of the rituals. So, but we did draw one. Do we want to ritual out this Magus of the Moon? I don't think so. I think it'll just die. So we're probably better off just passing for now. Blood Crypt. And nothing. Well, let's just play another relic. I'd rather play this Blood Moon when our opponent is taps out that mana. Gives us a better chance of having the Magus survive. So if they play like a Avalanche Riders here, we just bolt the Avalanche Riders and then Magus of the Moon. Exile Wooded Foothills. Another relic. Alright. Yeah, I think we'll just go with Magus of the Moon here. Our opponent is very likely just going to tap and response and kill it with something. Yeah, based on the mana they were leaving up, it seemed like they had Abrupt Decay. And that's what this tapping suggests. Yep. So Abrupt Decay. We might as well tap one of these now to get rid of the Abrupt Decay. We'll probably sack a relic to draw a card, I'm thinking. Let's sack this relic, draw a card. Just in case they were planning on setting that to relic. Which is possible. But that might make them put on a Planeswalker, which might be worse. They do name Relic of Progenitus. Mountain. Well, I guess we just Chandra, ping our opponent, leave up Bolt, in case our opponent gets frisky with Raging Ravine. We didn't bring in any artifact removal, so our relics are done for. But it looks like we're going to start getting Chandra activations, which is sweet. Now, play this bridge and a mountain. And actually, we should play this relic. Even though it's useless, we want it out of our hand for the bridge. For Catacombs. Jeez, does our opponent have a 5-drop? Assuming, yeah, basic Swamp. If our opponent goes to attack, we can either just cast a Ritual to turn on Ensnaring Bridge, or just Bolt Raging Ravine. No, it looks like that's not the plan anyway. Spike Feeder. Okay. So maybe they have some sort of combo build in. Another Lightning Bolt's not bad. Well, let's tick up Chandra. Play the mountain. Pass the turn. Might just bolt the Spike Feeder, I guess. I wonder if they have some combo built into their deck. Yeah, get rid of the Spike Feeder. They're going to gain some life. Blood Moon would still be decent, although they're kind of getting a lot of colored sources, or basics, to provide colored mana. Alright. Post-combat main phase. Another Spike Feeder. Alright. Exile with Chandra. Guess we gotta play the mountain from our hand to keep our hand emptied. Now we're probably just gonna cast these Desperate Rituals, I guess. to turn on the ensnaring bridge. We have so many lands, I don't think they're going to do anything. And I kind of want to save this bolt in case they are trying to combo in some way or another. So just Desperate Ritual. Desperate Ritual. And, yeah. No, our opponent can't attack. Another mountain. Alright, Chandra, what do you got for us? There's a Koth. Koth is sweet. Koth. Let's untap a mountain. Play a mountain. Pass the turn. Well, now our opponent's got to get rid of the Koth in the next 2 turns, because the ultimate will definitely end the game. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage a turn, so 2 turns once we ultimate. This deck's been really good so far. And like I said, we haven't even been playing against our best matchups. The ones that are the free wins. Ooh. Creeping Corrosion, eh? Okay. We are shields down at the moment. Let's see how our opponent attacks. Goes after Koth. Let's bold it. Gonna go up to 22. Gain some life. Well, Blood Moon and Ensnaring Bridge are the 2 best draws in our deck. Mountain. Exile with Chandra gets us Mountain. Oh boy. See, picking the middle. Hopefully this one does not have Summoning Sickness. Okay. Unfortunately, that they can use that Raging Ravine to keep our Koth in check until we find a Blood Moon or another Ensnaring Bridge. But it does cost them pretty much their entire turn to do it. But they gotta deal with Koth this turn, or it's just game over. They don't have a choice. Wow. Okay. Alright, Avalanche Riders works. Still not sure that's better than just attacking with Raging Ravine, because they're either going to have to let it go to the graveyard. Oh my lord. Well, that's game over then. I don't know what our opponent was thinking, but we get to Ultimate Koth, play a mountain, ping with Chandra, pass the turn, and that's the game. I guess maybe our opponent didn't realize that Koth was about to ultimate. You don't really run into Koth in Modern very often. But now, unless they can somehow kill all of our lands, and pinging them one at a time with Avalanche Riders doesn't count, then they're just dead, like now. We deal 10, untap, deal the other 7. And that does it. Opponent scoops it up. Jeez, this deck is crushing everyone.